HASAN is a fraud and he's on fraud watch. And I'm like, what do you mean he's a fraud? It's because he did like a Assassin's Creed ad, and I was like, that's not even that bad. Also, new cat dropped. His name's Toe. It's just really funny that Elon Musk is supposed to be doing all of these like cool things with the Doge program, but he also has time to just like get into arguments with Twitch streamers, and he also got ratioed on his own site. Another thing I think about is Mudahar, Some Ordinary Gamers. I used to watch him all the time as a kid, but mainly his creepypasta stuff. I didn't know he kind of diverged from that content, and he started doing like a bunch of centrist leaning things. Usually he would do like a lot of drama stuff, but then he's been doing different takes on Israel, and was even weird like with Asmongold, like on takes where he was like talking about Asmongold's take on the Palestinian, and he said that you know what, we need more context.
Weapons, but if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it, just takes enough. That's right, these people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Ooh, god damn. Bro, what the I don't know where the full clip is. I guess it's
What do you mean?
what the fuck is did he so who did he say? Did he say the Palestinians were inferior cultures or something? I mean, like, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should sit there and fucking be like, oh, I guess a whole group of people deserve to be genocided. Like, at the end of the day, that doesn't make you any better. You know what I mean? It just doesn't really make you any better than the the shitty party out there. But I assume he's probably referring, if I'm being very charitable, to like,
he's being so charitable to Asmongold. Let's see how he reacts to HASAN.
For most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right?
Sure.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to Anne Frank, basically.
He did not like that. That's
bro, you can't make that shit up. Bro, you can't, bro.
Okay, and another thing that I think is crazy is that he's not even like, oh, we should look for more context of this. Like, we shouldn't dive deeper in why he says that this kid experiencing a genocide isn't like Anne Frank, and he's also considered a terrorist. He's just saying, bro, you can't say that. And then, like, he's not like, oh, we should try to get more context of this. He's like, no, that's crazy. Oh, apparently he says more. Let's keep it going.
Is he not banned? HASAN's not banned for 14 days after saying shit like that? Bro, Twitch is fucking cooked, bro.
What? Why do you get like unbanned? Like that's a crazy thing to say. Can people just not be like, yo, that's a little weird, especially with Asmongold also being like very like anti woke in video games. That's another thing I've been thinking about. Like, what does anti woke even mean to people? Because originally I thought it meant anti LGBTQ in your video games, but it's later diverged into just random Twitter bots just saying any sort of minority in a video game, or any minority that's a main character in a video game. Weird. I don't want it. You want it out of the video game because you call it woke. And also just talking about social issues is also considered woke, and they don't want in video games, so they just kind of want a game that is just basically just like an online game, like no story, no nothing in it. And that's like putting it in a straw man argument. You could look on Twitter and you can just see people ranting about different video games. Like I've been kind of out of the gaming scene for a while, out of the political commentary scene, like for video games for a while. So I'm not really too familiar with this, but I view like the people that are anti-woke in video games are the same people that do just say that Marvel is bankrupt. They've gone woke, they've gone broke. Disney out of here. Disney's gone. And when I think about that, I'm like, wow, these two people are probably the same people. Especially the person that made so many videos on Brie Larson, like being Captain Marvel, or just like hyperfixating on Captain Marvel. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty weird, dude. Like, what are you doing? And that's another thing I've been thinking about too. Like, YouTube feels like there's just bots everywhere. Like, I don't know. Ever since we got rid of net neutrality by Ajit Pai, it just feels like there's bots everywhere. YouTube doesn't feel like as natural anymore, and especially if they go on shorts. Like if you just go like on different slop channels, you know, that just post like a meme and a picture, and then like just like a dude's face on there. You're like, wow, this is not really that much good content. It's just brain rot. And when you go on the brain rot content too, you're just kind of like, oh, this doesn't feel real. This feels like it's just made for me to just be on like YouTube Shorts for a while. And I did do that for a bit. And I was like, you know what? Might as well just try like a few videos to see what does well, like on the Shorts side on videos, just so I can compare it to. And I did see that original content of like reviewing food isn't seen as highly as like, or isn't like picked up as highly from the algorithm. And then if I just do like some sort of brain rot, like brain dead like reaction, or just say like me playing like one of those games that feel like a mobile game, like on the TikTok filter, that gets like thousands of views. And I've done this several times, and I've been comparing like what does get pushed in the algorithm, what doesn't. That's also another reason why I don't really do a lot of like YouTube content, by the way, is just because you know, you put like time and effort in a YouTube video and it just doesn't perform well. And also, I work a lot. I'm trying to work out and lose a lot of weight, so I've been more hyper fixated on that. But it's not to say that I don't care about making YouTube content. I actually do enjoy making it. It's just free time is kind of hard for me. You know, it's kind of hard for me to like just sit down and edit a video, because I had to rather sacrifice sleep or sacrifice like doing something with my friends or doing something with my girlfriend. So those are just like things that I gotta like debate on and like say, what do I want to put aside for my own free time? Because also my free time is coming less and less. And I don't know why. I think it's just being older, being maybe not like as good with my time as I usually am. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get more consistent with uploading things. Editing is just like, it's a lot too. And what were we even talking about? We were talking about like political content. Political content is kind of crazy because there are so many right wingers on the website. It's insane. Like, I'm not sure if it's like more now that I'm like a politically aware, but a lot of people be saying some crazy things. A lot of people, even on Instagram, I've realized that Instagram reels are very, very like offensive and problematic in a lot of ways, because it's like a mix of like Gen A and then like boomers or millennials, not millennials, like above millennials. I think it's like Gen X just like saying the N-word a lot, or just being like very bullyish, where they like bullying people. But I don't like those type of comments, and I'm like still surprised that Facebook and Instagram just allows that. Like, damn, there's no moderation. It feels like the past few years the moderation is just like shot downhill. It's insane. And yeah, for the future, it doesn't really feel like it's gonna get better. I think it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better on this type of like moderation in the comments, especially with bots. And I think there is kind of like a change coming soon with that, because I do feel like people are kind of pushing back, especially from what I saw when HASAN and Elon Musk argued on Twitter. Elon Musk was getting ratioed, and people were actually liking a lot of the Ubisoft content, like the comments. So it's just very interesting to see that like there's now starting to be a little bit of a shift where people are trying to be more positive, and I hope that, you know, people end up more positive. As an apolitical person, I think medical debt is whack. There shouldn't be medical debt. Also, I don't think that, if you're getting paid a minimum wage, you shouldn't be able to afford rent. I think you should be able to afford rent, especially if you like work like 40 hours a week and you work a full-time job. I think you should get your basic needs met. Like, that should just be the bare minimum. Unfortunately, billionaires have constantly been destroying the country, with deregulation, and it's gonna get a lot worse. And who knows what will happen in the future? Maybe a president will be more progressive and fight for people's rights and just fight for people. But it's just kind of like all doom and gloom for me right now, especially like as a Gen Z person, a Zoomer. I went to college for 2 years, and I thought that was gonna be like my ride to making a six-figure job. But this job economy has just not been really the best. It's crazy because like I was told that you just need to go to college, you need to work hard, and you'll make your six-figure job. You'll be successful. But it just kind of hasn't happened for me in this way where, no, I've done all the steps I need to do, but I'm still where I'm at. I've been applying to different jobs. Like, sure, I've been like increasing my wage, but it's not picking up with inflation. So like I'm still barely even able to make ends meet. A lot of people are also feeling that. And maybe we can just all unite together and say enough is enough. We need rent control, and then we need like affordable healthcare, because when I went to the healthcare facility, they charged me up the wazoo. It was crazy. I am currently under a little bit of medical debt, and that is just criminal. I think that's criminal. I think it's disgusting that if you need an emergency procedure and you don't have any sort of insurance, you need to be in debt for the rest of your life. That is disgusting. And the way we have this medical system is horrible. Also, public transportation, I've realized, can be better, and it should be better. Like, why don't we have a high-speed rail in America? Like, it's insane. And yeah, I'm glad to see that people are like realizing my conditions aren't improving as I get older. What is going on? Why do we need to give another billionaire a tax cut? That's crazy. But that's just me saying my apolitical opinion.